Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of CRAFTMAS. This is actually part 2 of the episode where we started making some mixed media tags as gifts for our loved ones. And if you're not familiar, CRAFTMAS is a little series that I'm having here on my YouTube channel in December, where we can relax, where we can craft, inspire and be inspired, and chat a little bit and finish this difficult, hard year on the most positive note possible. So last time, which was possibly yesterday, we started making mixed media tags, and we made some bases using where do I have them? Using Arteza's mica powders. Oh, here they are. So this is the product, and we are testing it, and we are trying different techniques to use it with. So in this first episode we mixed it with gel medium, and we got this gorgeous translucent or iridescent modeling paste effect. So it's here on both of those tags. We also made our own spray inks, which we used on this tag, which I hope you can see how shiny it is. And we finished one of them, and I thought we could go on, finish those two so you guys can see. We will be experimenting with micas some more. I have at least one more idea how I want to try to use them. And then we just will finish those up. So definitely, if you would like to see how we got to this point and how we made this one, which I love, it really looks for me like winter night. So it's like a blossom that can only bloom in a winter night, which doesn't make sense, but it kind of looks magical to me, so I love it. Definitely check out the first video. I will link it below. I will link the whole CRAFTMAS playlist, as we will have so many more videos there. So guys, I hope you join me. I hope you will have something warm to drink. I have my coffee. It's actually decaf, and I added a little bit of chocolate and cinnamon to it, and it smells delicious. So, and it smells, you know, so relaxing, so I'm very excited. So I thought we could start with this one. So let me put this aside. And I found this napkin, which I kind of like, because if you remember, we made this spray with micas, and the color just looks so very similar to this one. So mica powders, if you haven't seen the first part of this episode, is this pigment in the form of powder, and you can mix it with water, with ink, with we will try with embossing powder even, and get really beautiful results. So I thought we could use this napkin today. And if you're interested in those mica powders, I have the link for them in the description box. And just a disclaimer, this is an affiliate link, which means that with no additional cost for you, if you purchase using my link from the Arteza site, I will get a small commission. So thank you so much in advance for your support. Okay, what could we do? What could we do? I was thinking of using this napkin, maybe this part, maybe. So let me grab a wet brush, and I'm going to just roughly trace the shape that I want here, because it's going to make it so much easier. How do I want this? Do I want this whole? No, I don't think so. It's going to make tearing it easier, and you can of course also cut it using scissors, but I prefer tearing it because it gives me nice uneven edges. And I will decoupage it on my tag to add even more interest to it. In the first one we used a flower die cut, or a piece that I cut from like a cutter part paper as our focal point, and here we will see if this will give us enough as a focal point. So I would love to add it here. Oh, it's so beautiful. And maybe I will actually use, or on this side maybe. Oh, maybe just this part on the side here. That would be interesting. So we will have something interesting on both sides, on the left and right of our tag. So, and to decoupage it, I'm actually going to use clear gesso. You can definitely use Mod Podge, you can use matte gel, you can even use glue stick, really. But why I am going to be using white gesso is because, first of all, it will work very well with gluing it down and with decoupaging it, and second, it will already give me a coat of protection, it will prime my work, my tag, for some other work that we will want to do with it. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just peeling the 2 layers that we don't need, and usually there are 2. Is there anything? No. There are 2 of those white layers. And guys, please ignore my inky fingers. I'm filming this video almost immediately after the first part. And in the first part we had a little accident here on my desk with a spilling mist. So not fun. And I rubbed my, oops, I'm tearing it. No, I think it's okay. I rubbed my hand so hard and I still couldn't quite get it all off of my fingers. So where's my white gesso? So I'm using clear, not white. If I said white, I'm sorry. I'm going to use clear gesso. Mine is from 13 Arts. And here is my brush. Okay. So I'm going to start with this, and we already have some texture underneath, so your image won't be perfectly decoupaged, but don't worry about it. We are not striving for perfection today or any day really on my channel. We want to have fun with those CRAFTMAS projects, and I also really believe that any imperfection and texture that we can add to our project will add interest to it and will be good. So yes, I'm not worried at all about decoupaging it on all of those bumps that we have underneath with our texture paste that we did in the first part of this video. So I'm going over the whole image with my brush and with my gesso. And it really works beautifully with decoupage. Let me take a sip of my chocolate cinnamon coffee. So good. Okay, now this little piece maybe up here somewhere, so I won't be using a whole image that we cut. So let me just turn it like this. Can't really see what I'm doing here, but that should It's fine. So I turned my filming setup a little bit. I am constantly experimenting with it, constantly like searching for the most comfortable option that will also give me the most quality of the image and sound. And well, definitely there is a lot of work to be done on the sound part, but for the wow, I love it, guys, I love it so much. For the setup of the camera, I used to have it much more like here, so I was used to doing things up there, and now I'm much closer to me, but that's fine, I'll get used to it. And it's so beautiful. I love how this color that we already had here kind of works so pretty with the color that that we added with the napkin. So guys, let me dry this very quickly and I'll be back. Okay, so the tag is pretty much dry, and in the meantime I added this little piece here, so it kind of gives me like the continuity of the pattern. Yeah, I just thought it worked well here. And so what I thought we could do next, maybe we could actually try some of this mist that we did. So what we did here in the previous episode of where we made the tags, we mixed some mica powder with some water in just a spray bottle, and we made our own mist spray. And I would like to see if this color will work here, because yeah, I actually feel it will. It's not very opaque, you know, so it won't take away from the image, but it's very shiny and it's very pretty. So I want to make it flow a little bit, and this is why I've used my clear gesso, because now I can add this and it flows very nicely. It takes away a little bit of the white, not too much, and it also gives me a gorgeous shine, which we will be able to see. Maybe like this. Maybe I would like to have it a bit like this, coming down here, coming down there. Not so much on my image. Okay, just a little bit more here and there. Okay, I like it. Okay, let's see if we can dry it. I love how now this side of the pattern and a little bit of this just blends into this beautiful shiny thing. I'm definitely going to be making my own mists with this mica powder more often, because it's stunning. It's so beautiful because it's not very opaque, it's kind of translucent. I did add a lot of layers here, but it gives you the most beautiful shine. So what I thought we could do now is we could do some heat embossing, and this should be fun. I thought I would use this stamp because the pattern is kind of similar, and just do some distressed impressions here and there. But here again I want to use the micas and see if this is going to work. So I don't have a little container like this, so I'm going to be using my painting palette. But what I want to do is I'm going to mix some white embossing powder from Ranger with some of this beautiful space gray mica powder from Arteza, and I'm going to be embossing with that. So let me take some of this, and I have no idea, guys, how much of the mica I should add in so that it still melts, you know. So I think I'm going to start with just one spoon, or maybe it's too big. Now let me mix it up. I just want a little bit of shine and a little bit of a darker color, and this space gray is a really pretty color, really pretty gray. Okay, so I'm very interested to see if this will work, if this will actually melt. Okay, so I'm going to use my embossing dabba to emboss this. I don't have any like embossing ink at the moment, like ink pad, but I've just ordered some, so I should have some very soon. That's okay. This works pretty well too. And now I want to have some impressions here and there. And my only like issue with this dabber is that I honestly don't see if it is actually working, but I'm going to trust that it is. Let me take a book page here so I can put it like this, and I can add my embossing powder where I think I stamped. Let's see. Okay, we do have something. I think I can do like a second round of it. So maybe like this. And up there. Like I said, I don't want any precise images. I just want a little bit of shine, so I'm very interested in how this is going to work. I'm going to add the rest of it here, but I'm also going to take a dry brush, because you can see that it kind of covered the whole thing, and I'm going to clean the majority of my image where I don't want the embossing powder. Okay. So just taking a dry brush and cleaning it up. So I'm very curious to see how this will look like when we actually heat it up. Okay, I think that should do it. All right, let's try this. Okay guys, so this did not really work. It did not leave me any like embossed impressions. I'm pretty sure I just used too much mica, but that's okay. Another thing I think we can try with this, because you can of course add more embossing powder and try to work around it, but what I am going to do, I think, is I am to use this because this is kind of useless at this point, but like I said in the previous video, I do not want to waste anything. So let me take my mud gel, and I'm going to add this mixture kind of on the sides here as a like how would I call it, like just a little outline. And this does not need to melt or anything. This just needs to dry. I'm going to take another brush, I think, for the matte gel. And this just needs to dry together and it will give us the beautiful shine. So here's the idea. Of course, don't use too much with your embossing powder, but you can very well use the mica with what's the name, with glitter, and have yourself some gorgeous glitter, any color you really want. So I'm just dabbing it where I have the matte gel. Yeah, and this time you can see it gives us a really nice border. So this is a fun idea and something I thought of by total accident. And I love those like happy accidents. Something doesn't work out, but something else does work out beautifully instead. So yes, I think I will maybe try to add some heat to it when I've glued it with the gel, but just to maybe see if some of my embossing powder will actually melt here. So a little bit more here. So I'm basically using it like I would use glitter. Just putting it with my brush, adding a little bit of shine to the borders. Okay. Now I'm going to add the excess here back to my palette. I really like it now, I really do. So I feel like I can, do I want to add it in like a few random spots too, maybe here, since I'm already adding it, and maybe here a little bit. So like this, like that. I like it. All right, now I'm going to dry it, and I'm going to dry it with my heat tool, so we will see if anything actually happens here in terms of heating it, or if it will just dry with the matte gel. Okay, so here's what we have so far. A beautiful shine. And it did melt a little bit, it did dry a little bit, and that's all good. And now I think I want to return a little bit of brightness to this piece. So first I'm going to go a little bit with white gesso and my brush, and I want it to be as dry as possible. Yeah. So just in places here to kind of make them lighter. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of my what is this? Sakura jelly roll, so gel pen, white gel pen, to go a little bit around my lines here inside of the napkin. So I'm going to be tracing kind of what's already there, you know, on the napkin, but I'm going to be making it more visible. We will see how this will look like. I think it will be just what this tag needs. Okay, I'm much more like it now. Let me just add maybe bits and pieces here inside. And if I add a little bit over my napkin, that's okay too, because what it does, it actually makes it look more distressed. And like I said in the previous part, guys, do not worry about the fact that we are now pretty much covering up the background that we made, because this is what we made it for. We made all the layering at the beginning for it to be a background, for it to give us the lovely texture it actually does give here. Not sure if you guys can see it, but I'm sure if you are doing your own projects, you can see the texture, you can feel it. Okay, I like it. A little bit more here. Okay, I really do like it now. And I'm using dry brush because I want the, kind of gives me more control here actually. Okay, so this would be done, and now what can we do with our white pen? So I could, let me just see if it will work over here. Yes, it does. So I could just go over some of the lines inside and make some of the patterns more visible. No, not all of them, probably, but we will see how this goes. You can do this with white gel pen, you can do this with white paint pen if you have one. I do have one. I do have an old Posca paint pen, but I've actually been only using it for like making splatters recently, so I'm not sure if it would work any good here, but the Sakura that I'm using works quite well, guys, quite well. So I'm just tracing some of the lines, making some of these patterns more visible. Look what's the difference between this and what we have here. I really like it. Also make sure your surface is dry before you go with your paint, so that you don't, well, destroy your pen, which could happen if you still had wet media on it, on your tag, on your surface, and you were going over with your pen. Okay, what else could we do? Some lines here maybe. And then how about some just light lines here and this. You can trace those petals. I'm not even too careful. To be exact, you know. not even too careful to be exact. Okay, what else? Maybe here a little bit. We have a lot of grayish here because of the embossing that we did here. So we can go over some of these lines here and make it pop more. Maybe these leaves. These. Here. Here. Okay, I really like it. And do I want, maybe I also want to do some of this here as well. So let me just trace some of those. They are kind of harder to see here, but they look like little petals to me, so that's what I'm going to try to trace here. And I'm not even sure, you know, I'm tracing the actual contours of the image here, but it does give it character. It definitely does give it character, doesn't it? So I think I'm going to just spend a little bit longer on this here, adding those little details, making it all pop. This, and you can just relax doing this, you know, you can relax. And like I said in the previous videos, this really is the purpose that they had behind creating this CRAFTMAS series, so that we could relax, we could be calm, spend some nice calming time creating together, and just having fun, just having crafty, creative fun. Because we all know how hard this year has been, and we all deserve to give ourselves a break, you know. We deserve a break, we deserve to be happy. Crafting here for a week or two, for an hour or two per week. We did so well this year. We did so well, guys. We all did. So just make sure you take care of yourself, and whether it's crafting or whether it's anything else really, just make sure you are taking care of yourself and doing whatever you need to relax and to get ready really for Christmas and for the next year, because of course we all want 2020 to be over, but for most of us we are not out of the woods yet, are we? So so it's very, very possible that the part of 2021 will also be quite difficult, but I do believe we will be able to go through it. Okay, I think I am done with the coloring. And so now what else could we do? I would love to add a little bit of black maybe to some of these. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we will see. Just maybe touches of, wow, this is not black. This brush is still quite dirty. Should be better now. Just to add some definition to some of these shapes. So I'm using my watercolor pencil in charcoal grey. This is Inktense. The pencil is called Inktense, and it really is pretty intense. Pretty intense. Remove this. Maybe a little bit closer here. Just adding some shadowing here on the side. And I'm adding more water in places to just make the color flow, to make it less vibrant where I don't want it to be vibrant. Okay, a little more here. The gesso that we added, white gesso, the clear gesso, sorry, brush in my mouth. The white gesso, the clear gesso, it allows us to play with this color, to add more water and to seep through the paper or into the paper. We can move it a little bit. We can really do whatever we want here with this shadowing, with this color. Okay. I really think it adds a nice depth, and maybe just a little bit more here. Why not? Why not, guys? Okay. I like it. And I also want to add some shadowing on the edges here, but I can see my battery is flashing at me. So guys, if the video stops for a second, then know that the only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of black on the edges here, and I'm using my Stabilo woody pencil in the color black and adding the pigment with my paintbrush. And again, adding more water wherever I want it to be more diluted, and more pigment wherever I want it to be darker. I will of course change my battery in a moment. Just really would like to go around my tag first with this dark, so don't worry guys, it's not like I am going to finish here and craft without you. No, I'm just going to finish this outline and change my battery. Okay guys, so I believe we are almost done with this one. I want to add maybe some title, definitely some white splatters, and I also think how fun it's kind of both of those look like they are inspired by Winter Night, something like this, and this is not something I had in mind when we started this project, but I just think it's so fun, and also it's beautiful, you know. Winter Night is definitely beautiful. It's for those of you who do get snow in winter, then you probably know that because the snow reflects light, it's kind of light in winter, even at night. So even if it's technically a dark night and there's no moon and such, it still is much brighter in a way, as long as the night can be bright, than in summer, for example. So I really like it, and everything is just very shiny, and this gray color with the shine that we have here, it kind of reminds me of this, you know, of how the snow looks. Oh, I love it, how the snow looks on a winter night. So I thought I would add those little scraps of music paper. Maybe I will make this one a little smaller, and I think I'm going to ink the edges of these with black, possibly. So I have my StazOn jet black, and I'm going to ink up the edges. I don't have any black or grey distressings. I was looking, or I've been looking for a black or grey for some time now, but for some reason I can't find it anywhere. But this StazOn will work perfectly, and I really like StazOn because it smells like almonds. I don't know what it is, but it just smells like almonds. Does anyone has that with their StazOn? Is Is it the way they are made, or is it just mine? I don't know, the smell is very pleasant. Okay, yes, definitely like this. So I'm going to glue those, and they are going to be like my well, the place where I will be putting some title stickers, I think, because I would like to add some titles to this tag as well. And I'm just smooshing the glue with my finger because I don't want it to seep too much through the paper. This is a very old music paper, and the glue seeps right through, which I don't mind too much, but I also, if I can minimize it, then I will, by just smooshing it and making sure I don't have too much. And I'm kind of covering those two blobs that I made here with, when I was trying the embossing powder with Mica, just because I don't know, I don't like them too much kind of on their own, but they make a beautiful background for those music pieces. And now we can add our stickers, and I'm going to use the same sticker sheet as I did for the for this tag. So let me see, what could we have? What could we have? I'm wondering if these will look, no, but they are not black. If they were black, they would be perfect, I think, but they are kind of brownish color, so maybe the white. Or there are some of these cream ones. So I think I'm going to go with the same ink, actually, with my STAZON, and I don't usually use it for inking, just for stamping. That works pretty well too, to add a little bit of darkness, depth to the edges here, but also to just distress them a little bit. Okay, and like this, maybe one more here. So this says Snowflake Kisses. It's chilly. It does look like a chilly kind of landscape or something. Okay, like it. And maybe one up here. How about snow day every day? Isn't it just how winter is for many of us? Although in Poland the climate has been changing so much for the past years that it's incredible. We used to, I don't know if I've you know, spoken about this in some previous videos. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but we really had, or we've been having, a huge climate change in Poland. So it used to be that sometimes we had snow in November, like very often there was snow on the All Saints Day, so 1st of November. I remember also years where there was snow on my birthday, which is 13th of October, so can you imagine that? And we've always used to have, do I want one more here? Maybe actually this, no, not really. So I remember those, yeah, so we've always used to have like snow, White Christmas, that's what I'm trying to say, White Christmas. And there was always snow on Christmas, and now for the few years we barely get any snow in December even. The Christmas isn't usually white. The Easter is very often whitish, which, I mean, it moved so much, like it moved a few months ahead in a way that we usually get snow now in January, February, and it's not even comparable to as much as we used to get a few years back, you know. It's a bummer for people who enjoy winter sports like my boyfriend does. He really does enjoy winter sports, and there's not much winter in Poland lately. Okay, so we have our second one, and I really like how it turned out. And look guys, look how gorgeously shiny it is, and it's all because of the mica powders. So we have those two, both inspired obviously by winter nights. And now what can we do about this? So I have another idea of using the mica powders, and again, an experiment. Not sure this is going to work whatsoever. So where did I put them? Let me pick another color. And I was thinking this time I really want to use some gold. Ooh, so we have, wow, how stunning. We have pure gold. We have gold glow. Oh, that could be nice. What else do we have? We have light gold. Okay. I don't know. Pure gold seems lighter than light gold for me, but and we have yellow gold, which is gorgeous, like more vibrant. And this one is this is like more greenish. Gorgeous caramel brown. Okay, I think I'm going to experiment with those two. So what I want to do this time is I want to add them to my tag like this. Let me show you, just with my little spoon on my tag. Not too much. I really want to make sure this time I'm not adding too much, although it's not very easily controllable, so I'm just going to smoosh it a little bit so I can have a little bit here and a little bit there, maybe some here too. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of light gold, gold glow, which is very light with some traces of gold, as gold glow would suggest, I suppose, and maybe over here a little bit, and then over there. So I'm going a little bit over my modeling paste and my gel medium. And now what I want to do is I want to spray it with water. So I want to see how they react kind of directly when I spray water on them. Wow, oh, this is so gorgeous. They're so beautiful and shiny, and I can even kind of manipulate where they go a little bit with the water. So I really just wish to add a bit more gold to this tag, to this. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Looks so pretty and shiny. Okay, let me dry this. Wow, guys, I'm really amazed with these mica powders. Look how little you actually need to add gorgeous color and gorgeous shine to your work. It is absolutely lovely. Do I want to add maybe a bit more in places? Maybe just a bit. And what I was thinking this time to use as focal points would be maybe some here, would be some embossed snowflakes, like heat embossed snowflakes. I have this stamp which is of snowflakes, the stamp set rather, and maybe some here. And I was thinking of embossing them, and I'm not sure if I would prefer to emboss them on vellum and then kind of place them all over here, or maybe on the music paper. I kind of liked how we used the music paper on the previous tag, so maybe actually music paper would be nice here. Oh, I love this. Love this. Let me move the color just a little bit, the pigment. Gorgeous. Okay, guys, let me dry this very, very quickly. So I did a little test here off camera, and I stamped the same snowflake onto vellum and onto music paper. And first of all, for some reason it does not stamp well on the music paper. This might have to do with how porous maybe this paper is, but anyway, I still much more prefer the look of vellum. I was thinking of inking up. This tag is still kind of wet. I covered it with clear gesso, so we will put it aside. But what I was thinking was I would like to stamp maybe some more of these snowflakes. And I'm sorry, I don't know where I got the snowflakes stamps. This was my pre-YouTube times when I was still like when I was not really concerned where I got my things from, because well, nobody asked me, you know, I didn't have to, like nobody was interested in this, so I would throw away the packaging and stuff like that. But I'm sure there are loads of Christmas, winter stamps out there, and snowflakes among them. So just look online, guys, and I'm sure you will find something beautiful. So I'm going to stamp with my embossing ink a few of these snowflakes on vellum. I'm going to rip them, like tear them out, so I don't have any even borders. And then I'm going to be embossing them with gold, by the way, with gold embossing powder. I'm not sure, I hope this worked. Where's my book page? And then I'm going to ink around them with maybe some vintage photo, because I feel this time the brown ink will look much nicer than the black ink as in the previous two. Oh, I love these. Look at these, guys. How cute they are. They are going to be even cuter when embossed. I'm going to do one more here while I have it. Where's my... Oh. After a project like this, after making all those mixed media tags, my little desk is a complete mess, and I can't find anything. But yeah, still I am enjoying the process of making these so much, and I hope you are too, guys. I really do. I hope it's fun to watch, and I hope at least some of you are actually crafting with me. That would be so amazing. Okay, now I'm going to emboss them. And they emboss quite quickly on vellum, so this is nice, and you can see the magic happening here, as it always does with heat embossing. It's so beautiful. Great, and now where's my other, here it is. So I'm going to be inking them around with my vintage photo and Distress Oxide vintage photo. So that because they are vellum and they are semi-transparent, I want to add them a little bit of a border, so they pop from the background, because we do have quite a lot going on in the background, but I like that parts of it are going to be visible from behind my snowflakes, but I also want the snowflakes to be sort of the star here. So I'm just going to roughly tear around them, not being too careful. I'm just being careful not to tear through the actual snowflake, but even if I did, that would be okay too. I could still work with it. I love how making these projects and making them as gifts is not only a pleasure because we are crafting, we are creating something, but it's also like a double pleasure because we are making them for someone in mind. Of course, you don't have to make them for someone at all, but if you do, if you are making them as Christmas gifts, or you know, like addition to your gift, then it really adds something special to the whole process. And I feel like I could be spending hours and hours creating something for someone. For me, it always brings so much more value and so much more joy to the process of creativity when I am making this and I have someone I care about in mind who I want to gift this to. Tell me in the comments if it's the same for you, if just making something for someone just adds so much more purpose and value to it. Although creating just for the sake of creativity is absolutely beautiful, it's an amazing feeling, and I just, you know, like I believe all of us or most of us here, I just love creating. So whenever I can do it for someone, that's like an extra bonus point. Okay. And the last one, and we will see if we can make some kind of a composition with them. With those snowflakes. Let's see. Maybe we could have something along these lines, and then kind of leave the middle here for some title or something. Okay, this is curling up a little bit, but that's fine. It's nothing we can't work with. So maybe like this. How does it look? Sometimes I just need to look in the camera above me to see how a certain thing looks. And I think it looks great. And I think to glue them down, I'm actually going to be using double-sided tape this time, if I can find any. Let me a second, guys. And that's because, well, you can see double-sided tape through your vellum a little bit, but not too much. And I find that you can see more of wet glue through vellum, and I don't really like it. I don't want it here. So I'm going to use a few pieces of double-sided tape, and because my vellum is printed, it's embossed, it has something over it, the double-sided tape won't be that visible. So this one could go here, and this this little one and even if the vellum isn't glued down perfectly and the edges curl up still a little bit, that's completely fine, because it's going to add to the 3D-ness of the project. So don't worry about it at all. And I'm using 2 different widths of my double-sided tape, just to make sure the most of the vellum is covered with the tape. Yeah, you can barely see it. Well, I can't even see it. And the background, because the background is quite, oh sorry guys, because the background is quite busy, and then it also helps with disguising the double-sided tape under the vellum. Sorry if I'm going quiet, guys. I kind of feel like I've been working on these tags forever. I don't know why. Probably because I needed to like pause a lot of times and let things dry and make breaks and all that. So it feels like I've been here for a long time working on these. Let me cut the excess of this one. Okay. So this is what we have so far, and I really like it. And let's see what we can do next. What can we do next with this? So first of all, I again want to add a little bit more whiteness here in this area. Not too much, but kind of a little bit to maybe what's the word, like underline that this is something else, that the purpose of this area here is going to be something else. This time I'm just using my finger. Okay, yeah, this is nice. So I also think I'm going to ink the edges of my tag now with this. I may also use something else maybe to add to the edges later, but so far I just want some of this, the same brown as I have with the vellum pieces. Yeah, gorgeous. Okay, and now I'm actually thinking, would I want to add a little bit of like shadowing where those snowflakes are? Let me see. I can grab my pencil. The same watercolor pencil that we used before, the Inktense one, but this one is brown. And let me just see if I can maybe go like a little bit here, a little bit on the side, to just add maybe some depth to those. Underneath there, and I will see if I can use some water to make this a bit more vibrant. So here's my little brush that I've been using. Just adding a bit of depth to those. Yeah. This one as well. A little bit here. Maybe a little bit on this side as well. Sorry for moving the tag so much, but it just is so much easier to do it and I have it this direction. And I'm actually wondering, maybe I could actually add a little bit more. Like all around those, and then add some darker color on just one side where the shadow should be. So I'm going to go over here as well, all around here. Oops, some wetness here already. And I'm constantly adding more water to my brush to make sure that the pigment is flowing nicely, but also to ensure that I am controlling it and that I don't have too much. That it's not too dark at this point, because I'm just doing very slight outline. And here not sure if you can hear Zuzia, but she is barking a lot every time someone is on the corridor in the block of flats where we live. Okay, let me just add a tiny bit of this darker color on one edge of those. For a tiny dog, she is very loud, and also I think she does that. She barks like that because she is trying to protect us, you know, and to warn us that someone's coming, that there are some strange noises outside our home. She's so cute. So, of course, I mean, in the middle of the night, I'm less likely to think it's cute. But generally, when I know what her intention is, I just feel, yeah, she's being such a cutie. And maybe some here on this side. I like it. All right, this one is really interesting, isn't it, guys? So let me add a little bit of this pencil to the edges of my tag as well, just to add a little bit more of a border, and also to tie in the darkness that we just added to our circles. They are not really circles, but the snowflakes anyway. Okay, maybe just a little bit of water to make the colors flow. She's scraping on my door. I think I'm going to let her in. Zuzinku, nie czytam. Co byś chciała? Do you want to play? Nic, nic do Zuzi. Okay. Okay, I like it. It's so interesting. So interesting how this is turning out. Now I do feel that we need to have some gold splatters. So I'm going to take my trusty gold mist from 13 Arts. Oh, she just jumped into my lap. The camera is here. No, kamera jest tutaj. Ty lubisz tę kamerę, co? Yeah. So we'll see how long she will sit calmly here. We will see, but so far let me add some gold splatters, not on my dog. And maybe white as well, since we are kind of like adding white on all of the tags. Okay. Oh, now you want to give me kisses, she is the cutest. She is 1 year and a half old, 1.5 year old. I've had her for over a year, and I still can't get around the fact like how cute she is, and she's still like I'm still so charmed by her as I was in the beginning, you know. And I don't think this is ever going to stop. Yes, puppy, you are mommy's puppy. Oh, Zuziniona. Just adding white splatters now, again with wet brush and white gesso. I feel they are quite opaque, and I don't have any nice white mists. If you guys have any nice white mist which would be opaque, let me know please, because I would like to get one. I don't have one that would be... I've never found one that would be opaque, to be honest. I love it. It's so interesting and it's so different. Okay, so now for the title. What can we do for the title? Let's stick to the same stickers. And maybe this time the brown will actually look nice. So what could we have? Winter time. Winter time. I'm just going to make this one a little shorter. Where are my scissors? Make this one a little shorter here, and a little... Just need to cut off this this pink edge here, and it's hard to do with a chihuahua licking my wrist right now, as you can probably see. Okay. Okay, almost even enough. So this will be one winter time. I'm not sure, did I use winter time on one of the other tags as well? I'm honestly not sure. That's fine. Winter time. And one more I'm thinking maybe this, actually this, one of those cream ones. How about, no, they are sticking here. Celebrate today. It's chilly outside. It's chilly outside. Keep warm and snuggle up. Maybe this one is chilly. It is chilly outside. And I'm using, as per usual, I'm using a little bit of wet glue with my stickers, just because I don't really trust that they are going to stay here where I want them. And I think I want to add a little bit more of the pencil, a little bit more of the brown, and a little bit, just a tad bit of the black one too. So starting with the lighter color there, so I can build from there. And it's a good thing that we are finishing, because my two jars are so full of dirty water. They really need to change it up before I do anything else. That was a sigh. She is just on my lap here, and do you say on my lap or in my lap? On my lap, I think. She's just on my lap here, and she just sighed. Like, you know, she's had a difficult day full of playing and running and being cheeky. What a difficult thing it is to be a little chihuahua. I guess we can only imagine. Yes, I really like it. I really like it. A little bit here. Just a little bit there. Just like that. Okay. Alright guys, so I think this time we are actually done. Look at the shine. So thank you so much for sticking with me through all these trials and errors and fun with mixed media that we had. So look at how we made 3 completely different tags with basically the same base, you know. We did the same background, we added the same color to all of the backgrounds, and then we are you know, we are finished with all of these different tags. I really love how they all turned out. I don't think I'm going to be adding any ribbon like through them. I like them the way they are. I will, however, back them with something. It may be any pattern paper, white paper, tea stain paper, something to maybe write a little message, and of course to cover the dirty background, because of course we are working with wet media, so it gets wet and it gets dirty. That's absolutely fine. Just cover it with something. And yeah, okay, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this CRAFTMAS iteration, this episode, these 2 episodes actually of CRAFTMAS. Something different, something fun. Like I said, I really hope you just relaxed with me, you had a relaxing time, and you know, just some crafty time. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys very soon. Also, if you are interested in those beautiful mica powders, do check the description box. I have all the info about them. I have links for Europe, for the US, if you would like to purchase them. They are affiliate links, so you can so if you purchase using my links, you will be sharing a little bit of commission with me at no extra cost for you. So thank you in advance. I am certainly going to be playing much more with those mica powders. I love them so much. And thank you again for your time. Thank you for spending your time with me, and see you very soon in the next episode. Bye.